morning, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode. We are in Koh Phangan, which is a very beautiful island just near Koh Samui. It's a very beautiful location. We are anchored with two other sea winds, believe it or not, a 1600 and a 1260. I don't know what the chances of that are, but I think they're pretty slim. There's no other boats anchored in this bay apart from the three of us. And we had quite the hassle trying to get anchored. We had no less than 7 attempts to anchor in this bay, so that really had us kind of doubting our abilities. Not the best start, but we made it. We finally got the anchor set, and we're very glad we did, because this is a very, very beautiful little bay. It's quintessentially Thai, I think. It's very laid back kind of vibe here, and I think that it's right up our street, and I have a funny feeling we'll be staying for a while.
I'm Teresa, this is Nick, and this is Ruby Rose 2, our floating home. Join us as we settle into life on board our brand new catamaran, documenting our adventures and never shying away from the reality of boat life. Subscribe to our channel and leave a comment, because we love to hear from you, and a big thanks to our community of patrons.
So today we are going to go ashore in a little while and hire a bike, and we're going to explore some of this beautiful island by bike. Oh, you got a little... Are you just going to go for a little burn and just have a little...
We're going for burn.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, we're
going to go for a little burn. Oh my god. So we're here in the village, and I'm not actually sure what this beach is called. I'll put it on the screen down below. Just a little street with shops and restaurants and bars and massage parlours, of course. Little mini markets, shops, laundry, and first stop is a smoothie. What would you like?
Sorry, car. One pineapple mango banana, one banana and coconut, please.
So we came back to the dinghy, which was half afloat. So obviously the tide's come in while we've been gone, and because it's on quite a steep decline, the water has come over the stern, and we've got some water in the back of the dinghy. And yeah, it's a bit of a pickle because we can't bring it further up the beach because it's just too heavy. We can't anchor it because Nick doesn't trust the dinghy anchor. It was like literally just a dinghy anchor that he found in Pattaya. Ideally we'd do what longboats do, actually, anyway, and have a kedge anchor and an anchor, two anchors, one going in each direction, but we can't find a second anchor, so it's all a bit of a pickle.
Hello.
Hello. In today's episode of boat jobs in exotic locations.
One of the winches is loose. There's a... I'll show you. So this is our...
Oh, sorry.
Sakes! This is our Harken 2-speed winch.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much movement in there. I don't like movement in a winch like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement. Is that the only winch that has movement like that?
Yeah, the rest are fine.
Yeah.
So there's obviously something loose in there, so I need to pull this all apart and have a little look. I need to read the manual before I get more of this.
It's a very, very warm day today. I've got my trusty Bunnings hat on. Probably look ridiculous, but whew, it's very hot.
Alright, that's what it is. So it's the bolts that hold this in place.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that these need to be torqued, but they're all loose. So look, see how much loose that is? How?
Yeah, that's terrible. They're basically not tightened at all.
Yeah.
Looks like they just forgot to tighten them.
Just look how much give is in this.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's terrible.
Now I need to see if there's any rating for these to be taut. So I'm just going to hand tighten them. Okay, that's tight. We're just checking the way this runs. So see how this works, like this. So currently this is feeding this into the cockpit, yeah? Which is the way I like it. You happy with that? It was feeding back and I think it needs to feed into the cockpit. Again, I don't have torque ratings for these. Nor any way of torquing them, actually. So it's going to have to be a hand tightened. There you go.
Well done.
There's a bit of wobble in that. No, I don't want wobble in.
Wobble inside. This bit.
A little bit of wobble in there. This one doesn't wobble.
And it's only the plastic top that's wobbling. Everything else is secure.
Yeah.
So, my old winch wobbled, by the way, so it never caused a problem. Yeah, that would have eventually just come off, or we'd have bent the screws. That would have been a successful job on Ruby Rose 2.
Yay! And it didn't even take that long. That's a minor miracle.
Well, there you go. Two things that never happen.
Why don't you wear your swimming trunks?
Where are we sitting here?
Where, we can sit
Where
right
are you
here.
sitting? Where do you want?
I'm happy right there. Yeah. So how are you finding Koh Phangan and our time here? 'Cause we've been here for quite a few days and it's been a funny old couple of days.
Still a blur.
Yeah.
Still a bit of a blur. I'm clearly not in the swing of things. I still have one part of my mind in Saigon. I've got a very big part of my mind on all the little jobs I have to do to get this boat not right, but set up. And I think that it's very, very important to differentiate between warranty and setup. Example, you know, we're pretty, not remote, but we're remote for cruisers. There's not a lot of cruisers that come to these areas. And so we find ourselves in a position where we managed to procure a dinghy anchor. And I found one in Koh Samui, and like, whoopity-doo, I found a dinghy anchor and I found some galvanized chain. So that was all great. But then it transpired that a lot of these bays, you can't bring the dinghy up on the beach. The dinghy is too heavy. It's not a lightweight dinghy with the bloody centre console, and so for two of us to drag it up the beach, the wheels are useless, by the way. The dinghy wheels on sand, you might as well just like put some Rizzlers down there. So the best thing to do for us is to kedge off. So we had to find another dinghy anchor, and luckily there's a Seawind 1600, and he happened to have 4 dinghy anchors on board or something. So yeah, he gave us a dinghy anchor. I did offer to pay for it, but yeah, so we now have a second kedge anchor for our dinghy.
So we're slowly getting there.
We're getting there, and now we're getting a coconut smoothie.
Kapunka.
There you go.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Amazing.
So here's to a day of not that many disasters, but a lot of tiredness.
So are you starting to feel like we're getting on top of things now?
I think if we can get that screecher up, I'll feel happier.
Okay, this morning we are going to attempt to put the screecher back up. Okay, let's cross our fingers and hope this goes smoothly.
For the last 3 or 4 nights I've been worrying about the screecher, getting it back up, and the thing is, the last time we tried to get this back up we had Nikki and Jason, which is 4 of us, and it was a shit show. A lot of you are going to ask, well, why did you take it down? What happened? I'm the skipper, therefore it's my fault. But it was just a complete misunderstanding of how this sail furls. And when we had Mark on board, he did it, like obviously he runs Doyle, so he did it like, you know, he's super good at this sort of thing. What we did is we unfurled it, and then when we furled it, we did what Mark did, which was to put the furling line on the winch but we just didn't have enough tension on the lazy sheet. And what happened was, as it kind of like went spinning around the drum, the lazy sheet got caught in the sail, and it kind of like just turned itself into, like it knotted itself up so it couldn't move either way. So we just dropped the sail, bagged it. Once we bagged it, we looked at the halyard and we're like, the halyard is just tied up in knots. It's literally just turned itself, and then we spent a long time getting that done, because the whole point is it's a 2-to-1 halyard, and the closer it gets to the masthead, the more the twists get in it and the more resistance you get. So if you've got more than 2 or 3 turns, you can't raise the halyard or the sail through the halyard. So yeah, that was kind of some problem we had to undo. Completely user error, nothing to do with the boat, nothing to do with anything apart from us, or me. So Teresa and I have been trying to work out how to get it back up, and it became apparent that the 2-to-1 halyard was really badly twisted. It had 6 or 7 turns in it, and we just couldn't get the turns out. So the more we tried to raise the halyard with just a line on it, and the closer it got to the masthead, the more it would twist and turn. So we've spent, I don't know, 4 or 5 days just getting the twists out of it. It's actually a really complicated thing, because you're never quite sure what to do, and it's all about tensions and how the blocks turn. And then we had a lot of things this morning that we're trying to make sure that if it went wrong, we had a way out. We had the engines running, we had everything kind of laid out, we had sail ties. Thankfully it actually went up pretty straightforwardly, didn't it, Therese? Yeah, it went in, and so we got it up. It was really very, very baggy.
Got quite a few twists. Oh, it's untwisting. Good.
And then we just unfurled it a little bit and then refurled it. And yeah, we're pretty pleased. That's been worrying me for a while, because we have to sail back to Pattaya, which is a couple of 100 miles, and realistically we need this sail. So now that that's up, I feel a lot better, and Teresa and I have made the executive decision that we're actually going to take the day off. I think there's some minor chores around the boat I need to do. I want to do some random stuff like give the dinghy a damn good clean. It's got like half of the Sahara Desert in it. We're going to get the day bed out and just chill today. But yeah, she's beautiful, she's up. I know she's not as furled and beautiful as she will be. Getting it back up means we've got probably one of our most important sails ready to sail again.
Koh Phangan is just one of the most chilled, peaceful places, and it is like the perfect place for us just to, I don't know, just slowly get used to the boat. We've made some friends, which is lovely. Not something I was expecting. I didn't expect to make any cruising friends here, but we've met another 2 Seawind owners who are both really, really lovely people. And we've had a couple of days of just getting the boat straight and relaxing and having Thai massages and going swimming. And it's just been a really, really lovely few days. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Please subscribe, leave us a comment, of course, and give us a thumbs up. We'll see you next week with a brand new episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye everybody. We are on the Balance 442. This boat is insane. We are looking at the Vision 444. Well, it looks like a heat shrunk version of our boat.
This galley, it is huge. So let's talk about ventilation. You know that's what I love to talk about.
The build quality here is evident. She is absolutely immaculate.
Good visibility to your sails as well.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, again, I don't have much to say.